Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. It's another late night edition of your pal Drewski's Reddit readings. Gonna be reading some more Choosing Beggars, EntitledParents, some ProRevenge. I even got malicious compliance opened up as well for anyone who might be interested hearing a couple stories from that subreddit. But I hope everyone's having a great night, a great day, a great evening, wherever you are in the world. If you're watching this now live or in the future on YouTube as a video. Hope you're having a great night. Not doing too bad myself. And, just gonna have some fun with some stories, for sure. Hey, we got JC Cooper in the house. What's up, JC? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good evening, my friend. Welcome to the stream. This is a new little series that I'm starting there, JC. It's where we read a little bit of some good Reddit stories online, and it's been a good kind of video series that I've enjoyed. There's been a few content creators out there that's been rocking it. Hey, Chewy, thank you, my good friend. Appreciate it, brother. Chewy hitting us with a $2 holla saying, "Hi, I hope you can use this." Thank you, Chewy, my friend. I appreciate it, brother. And yes, I can. And that's going to go towards the new computer fund. And we'll definitely be rocking it. All right. Thanks so much, my friend.
I hope you can assist.
Appreciate it, Chewy.
Hi, I hope you can assist.
That's amazing. I love it. I always have the double. There's a ghost in my machine. It likes to repeat all donations. It's crazy. But I love it. Thank you again, Chewy. Ty, good to see you, buddy, too, as well. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming by today, my friend. And thank you, Chewy, man. Again, warm my heart. It was a little bit of a rough day on the open front, but definitely be having fun for sure tonight with some good old stories, some stories from the interwebs, the good old Reddits. And I think tonight we'll start with some EntitledParents, because I see a headline that really piques my interest, I will say. Ty's living the dream. Yes, sir. Shout out to Chewy. That's right, boys. Get some emotes in the chat for Chewy, if you can, my friends. Be much appreciated. Oh, sick. Chewy dropping another 2 says, and also you can play Fortnite tomorrow. Yes, I am actually going to be playing some Fortnite tomorrow, Chewy. Absolutely, man. That was definitely the plan, even before you actually donated that. But thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Faux show. All right. Definitely got to keep the Fortnite rolling.
And also can you play Fortnite tomorrow?
in unison, for sure. But yeah, we'll be doing it up, Chewy. Don't you worry. But now we should get on to a few stories for all those Reddit story fever hounds out there who want to see some goodness and hear some goodness. Thanks, Ty, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it for sure. And that's the thing, and that's why I like to do different things, Like, I like to dabble in all different fronts, because you never know the cool people that you might meet who enjoy different types of content, And you would never find them unless you try. So that's why I'm doing this here, because it's something that I enjoy watching. Content with Reddit stories and stuff being narrated. So I figured, hey, maybe if we're lucky, we can meet some cool people live who like the same type of content. Maybe chill with that. Maybe some of those people also like playing Fortnite or doing other things that we like in the future. Just all about meeting new people and seeing if we can grow our family, But yeah, I love it, Ty. I love it for sure. So let's get into it. So this is the headline that made me think, I gotta check out this story. Woman wants me to cook her child alive. Very interesting. Let's get into it. Gotta get them narrator voice going here. Nice, Ty. And that's awesome. And that's the thing too. Sometimes you gotta just see what you can do and like make sure that you do, cross all your T's and dot all your I's in the YouTube sense and do it up, But here we go. Okay, boys. I'll talk to you in a second when I narrate the whole story. Then I'll talk to you guys right after. Woman wants to let me cook her child alive. So the summer of 2017, I worked as a lifeguard at the local water park. At the time, I was 17 and thought that it would be fun to work there. There are lots of shitty things that happen and a lot of stupid people, but this one stuck with me the most. We had several water slides, a hot tub that was particularly popular due to weather averaging in the 70s, and we had several safety rules signs posted around the hot tub stating things like no more than 10 minutes at a time and no more than 30 people in the tub, no children under the age of 6 in the tub, etc. The last one was often the cause of parents getting upset because their child was freezing and just wanted to warm up. We would allow children under 6 and under to sit on the edge and put their feet in the hot tub, but due to the county health and department rules, we were not allowed them to let them be in the tub completely. So basically, they had to cover their own butts, legality-wise, so they couldn't let them in just for any reason. That's right, tight. Enter EP, which is always entitled parent. Oh no, here they come. It was early on a Friday morning, just after open, so about 10 a.m. And there was maybe 6 families in the park. No wait times and no small children in the kiddie pool. This lady walks up to the hot tub and starts getting in, babe in arms. I'm guessing by sight the child was 2-ish. I reminded the lady of the rule, but that she could place her child on the edge with the feet in the water if she liked. Shortly after, I looked back over at the lady, and not only was her child not on the side of the tub, her child was completely submerged in the water, which was another rules that you couldn't put your head under. So I rushed over to her and her child to check on the child, and she quickly scooped up her child out of the water and placed her on the side of the pool, all well within sight. I said to her, "Ma'am, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the hot tub if I see you place your child in the water again." She snapped back at me, "Don't call me ma'am. I'm probably the same age as you. Anyways, what is it to you? It's my child, and if I say it's okay, then it's okay." I responded, "I'm sorry, but since I don't know your name, and that's what I thought it would be appropriate to call you, as much as you would like to let you decide the temperature in the water is okay for your child, it's part of my job to enforce the rules. And that particular on isn't even created by my employer, but rather the county health department." Basically saying that the rule is enforced by law, the good old law. She scoffed and then said, "Sure it is," and rolled her eyes and walked towards the other side of the hot tub. Shortly after, she got out of the hot tub and walked up to one of my coworkers and went to the office to speak with my boss. After a few minutes later, my boss came to me and said, "A lady just complained to me that you were rude to her. Want to tell me about what happened?" So I explained, and then I noticed she wasn't following our rules and that she had brought her toddler into the hot tub, regardless of my warnings. My boss was totally understanding and said, "Yeah, that's what I thought. She tried to tell me that you had called her kid a little shit and called her fat. She said she wanted you fired and free tickets to the park. I told her I'd reprimand you and we look into what happened. I just came over here to make it look like I was giving you a talking to." Freaking gutless boss, eh? You gotta know how they have to do it. But yeah, that's an interesting one. Woman wants me to let her cook her child alive. I don't know, it's a little misleading title, I think. But oh no, it's a pretty decent story. It's understandable, and that's the thing, is hot tubs are really hot. People don't realize, but for small children, that's not good, man. That can kill them. So that's why there's county rules, because if the government has gotten involved, that means people have probably died being stupid. And the government is trying to stop this lady from being just the same type of stupid. Husky Wolf Gaming Yeet. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good evening, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream, my friend. So what were your thoughts on that little story? That's an interesting one, eh, boys? What do you think? Do you think it deserves an upvote or what? Yay, nay? I don't know. I don't do downvotes, but I just do Good and up. Long time no see, Husky, for sure, man. How have you been? Have you been doing well? Everything in life going the way you hope? If not, hopefully it will soon in the future. 6 out of 10, Ty? Good enough for a like, though? Yeah, it's our first one. I suppose we could give it a like, even though it did have kind of a light, misleading title, but we'll give her. We'll give her. It's all good, Husky, man. No worries. Never a worry, brother. There's no such thing as late. There's always just the exact time that you were meant to come. That's the way it works. That's how fate works. Let's see the next story, though. Entitled Mother and Daughter Ruin Wedding Proposal. Ooh, that's always a good one. That's a monumentous occasion that you don't want ruined. Let's see what happens. Come on now. Gotta wait for my slow as balls molasses computer to work it up. Come on. Work. Oh, there you go. It's good. We're good. But yes, on to this story. Here we go. Ruined her wedding proposal. How did this happen? In this story, I'm going to leave out some details and things that were said. Mainly, most of it gets off track from the point I want to say and are just rude and childish for me to explain and mention. This happened a few days ago, last week. It was the first warm, sunny day we had in a while, so my friends decided to go to the park and hang out. It was Saturday, and most of us didn't have work that day. We bring some food, a football, have a good time. There are also some families, people walking on the trails, kids at the swings, jungle gym, etc. Just a nice day. We are at a picnic table eating, having dessert, when a friend suddenly stands up and says he's got something to announce. He then turns to his girlfriend he has been dating since grade 10 and proposes with a ring. Surrounded by friends in a beautiful scenery, lovely time and place, his girlfriend gets all teary-eyed and says yes. Hooray, we cheer, and congratulate as he puts the ring on her finger. A little while later, when entitled mother and daughter walk up to us, entitled daughter must have been about 10 years old or so. Been 10 or so years older than any of us. And it amazed me how she acted like a 5-year-old wanting a toy she couldn't have with her mother. They approached us, and for a moment I think maybe they are congratulating my friends. Nope. Entitled mom. Excuse me, may I ask a favor? We all look at each other confused. The best friend. Sure. Entitled mom. Could my daughter have that ring? Now, I have heard some pretty dumb things in my life, and have dealt with entitled mothers before, but this one takes the cake and is the most ridiculous. The best friend. What? No! Entitled mother doesn't take that as an answer and continues talking, saying that her daughter needs the ring. Entitled N? Mother? I'm guessing he probably mistyped there. Oh, entitled mother. When my daughter's ex-husband proposed, he didn't give her a real ring. She needs a real one to be like a real bride. It ruined their whole wedding and marriage. It shocked me that the woman thought my friend, all of us at the table being broke college students, would have enough money to buy a real wedding ring. It wasn't either. The boyfriend or best friend. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but she can't have the ring. Another friend. Wait, you said ex-husband, right? Why does she need the ring if she's not even married anymore? Entitled daughter. Because the wife gets to keep the engagement ring even after the divorce. Everyone knows that, silly. You're kidding me right now. This is unbelievable. This has got to be fake, right, boys? This has got to be fake. Let's keep going, though. Entitled daughter. I'm reaching my 30s. It's too late for me to find love and marry again. I need a ring to remind me that I'm still worthy. Me. But what about the ring that you got from the divorce? At this point, I kind of found it hard that she had ever been engaged at all. Entitled daughter. Because it wasn't real. I need a real one. Oh, man. The girlfriend. Well, this ring isn't a real diamond either, if that's what you're looking for. Another friend. No college student can afford that. Entitled daughter then tried to take a hold of the girlfriend's hands. Then I think maybe too she sees the ring, look on her face of shock when she was told it wasn't real, or maybe to take it by force. But we had had enough of her and told her and her mother and her daughter to leave. As they left, the mother yelled at all of us and told my two friends that their marriage would be a train wreck. Oh, how sweet of them. So nice. Another friend, not as much as your gold digger daughter's marriage. That's a fantastic comeback. Fantastic. This set off entitled daughter. She didn't charge at us, but she looked like a bull about to. I have never seen a grown woman have such a fit in her life. She threw a tantrum for a good 5 minutes before stomping off. It ruined the rest of the day for us, but my friends are still strong and are planning to marry later in the year after they graduate. That's amazing. Can you imagine, like, how are people so crazy that they think that they can just come up to a random stranger who they just saw propose and demand their ring? That's insane. Insane. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one. It seems kind of plausible, but, like, I don't know. It could be fake too. What do you boys and girls think? You think fake, real? It's hard. It's tough to say. It's definitely tough to say. I do know I need a drink though. Drinking a vape break. Drinking a vape break. Stick to this freaking salty patchy. I need to switch it up though. Next bowl, I think I'll go for some Maloha. Maloha? Yeah, it's Maloha. It's like a melon, pineapple, coconut type deal. It's pretty good. But sour patchy, delicious. All right. Next story. Sorry, Felix. Couldn't resist. What do we got? All right, we'll give that one a thumbs up too. I think that one's deserving a thumbs up. Alleged entitled parent wants me to let their raging son borrow my game console so he would calm down on the plane. Calls me a man-child and threatens to put me on no-fly list. Oh, that's gonna be good. That people really think they are. Rawr. Rawr. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna read that title again. You heard it the first time. I wasn't even going to post this, but after sitting here in my hotel room, worried about the repercussions and even wanting to call the US Embassy to ask them if I am screwed or not, I decided that IMHO, these fuckers, pardon my French, are the a-hole and not me. I don't know. Maybe I am the a-hole in this situation? Who knows? Preface. I and a few of my colleagues' close friends run a logistics company based out of El Sungdo, which requires me to fly to Hong Kong, China, Taipei somewhat often, which is why I bought a Nintendo Switch to keep me company, since I tend to fly coach to save cost, as it's almost impossible to sleep in coach. I also think I watch every season of every show possible. By the way, this is a Delta Airlines red eye, which makes it even worse. Anyways, 5-10 minutes past our takeoff time, and this family wheeled their screaming toddler in. Kid looks 4 to 5. The airline decides to give them the 3 exit seats behind my crappy bathroom seat. Okay, cool. Let's leave already. Let's leave already. Bear in mind the kid will be screaming for the next 2 hours. We took off. What's up, Moody? How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? We took off and everyone tried to get comfortable before the meal service, so I decided to take out my Switch. some of the noise-canceling headphones, my new game, which I bought especially for this trip. 15 to 30 minutes later, I get a tap on my shoulder. Entitled Mom. I guess alleged entitled mom. Hey, can my son borrow that? This might sound childish of me, but I love this damn thing. I actually want to play this game that I bought. Plus, I've seen the iPad this kid had. It was visibly bent, cracked, kind of scared that he would cut himself, but he looks fine, plus it's not my kid. I also hear him throwing the iPad multiple times. That poor iPad. Not only, but he tried to open the emergency exit, which fortunately would be impossible for him to do, still got in the cabin's crew's attention, and if they weren't warned multiple times during the flight. Wow, that's scary. Me, no, I can't, sorry. Entitled Mom. Come on, do you want him to scream the entire flight? Me. Sorry, I really can't. She didn't say anything in return and just walked off, but I did hear her over my noise-canceling headphones, telling her kid to scream, which he was already doing. Then a few minutes later, somewhat large man tapped on my shoulder. At first I thought it was another passenger because he sounded like he wanted me to think that, or something. Turns out that it was this kid's dad. I will call him Entitled Father. Entitled Father, hey, why don't you let him borrow your game so he would stop screaming? Help us out here. This is a pretty long flight. We can't have him screaming all the way. Me, sorry, I really can't. Sorry, I can't. I really can't, he says. This went on for a minute or so. His tone made it seem like I was the one in trouble for minding my own business. Entitled Mom, Danny, forget him. He's a effing man-child. Looking at me now. You know my husband is a cop, right? He could put you in the no-fly list like that. At this point, I gave them a funny look and the husband was somewhat visibly disturbed by what his wife said, and returned to his seat. A few minutes later, I saw a flight attendant walking by and asked them in Chinese if I can switch to one of the empty seats. She obliged, and that was the last I had to deal with the husband and wife pair. The kid literally screamed for a good 2 hours straight, then sporadically for the next 4 to 5. Afterwards, I haven't heard a peep until we're landing. Anyways, do you think it's my fault in this situation? Can I be screwed? Because if I am on a no-fly list, then there goes my livelihood. No, he's not on a no-fly list. Crazy. But hey, Booty, what's up, buddy? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Sorry, man, I was right in the middle of the good old Reddit story, but yeah, I've been having fun, man. Just enjoying these Reddit stories and having fun with them. But yeah, figured I'd just do a quick little 1 hour streamage here on the one day where I can't really stream too late because of working late and having to work early in the morning. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's an interesting story, though. I think we'll give her a lack for sure. I think it's time to migrate, boys. It's time to migrate. Let's migrate over to ChoosingBeggars. See what goodnesses that they have to offer us today. I guess it's the opposite. Let's see what this is about. Gotta love those ChoosingBeggars, I'm telling you. Some goodnesses. As soon as it decides to load, of course. I should be vaping in this time, of course. Hey, what can he do? Hey, Samar, what up, buddy? We got Samar in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. I hope you are doing well. For sure. It's always a pleasure having you here, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you guys and everyone out there in the world. If you're watching this in the future as well, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy reading Reddit. Come check us out live at any point in time. We are doing it nightly on a regular basis, streaming one thing or another. But stay tuned for more ones, just like this. With that, Samara, it depends on what you like, the way you stream it. Like if you hook it up to a computer, there's different ways you can do that, or you can stream right from your PlayStation. To do that, that's the only way you could do your home screen. You would have to do it through a computer. through the computer, my friend, the easiest way is to use remote play on the computer that you want to stream it to. And then you capture that stream with OBS. But that is the way you do. But boysies, we're going to check out this first Choosing Beggar subreddit here. The Choosing Beggar subreddit story, I should say. I guess it's the opposite, he says. We're going left to right here. Pay your salaries. Is this still available? Yes. Great. Could I pick it up today? No, thank you. Tomorrow then? Is it not for sale? I put it at 300 to see it. Oh wait. Is this? I don't know. This is very weird. Okay, yeah. So it is like that. No, thank you. I put it at 300 to see how the crabs would come. I think nothing under 800. I don't know. But that one was a kind of a waste of time. Sorry, boys and girls. What can you do? Not all of them are good. Fine with Choosing Beggars in particular. A lot of them are kind of subpar. But hey, what can you do? Let's see. I give lamp. Hey, you sell PS4? See if I can see it here. Hey, you sell PS4? Yeah, $250. I give lamp. No. The wrong word. This has been the worst trade deal since the history of trade deals maybe ever. Thank you, Trump. Oh, shoot. I give lamp. It's just like... Who? Why? Why you waste so much time with that? You know what I mean? Why? You just built your gaming PC somewhere? Nice, man. I'm jealous, man. That's awesome. I wish one day I could have a good PC. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. By June. Oh, that's an advertisement. That's an advertisement. This happens more often than you think. Let's check it out. What happens more often than you think? That's the question. It's some weird, way it looks, you know what I mean? Okay, hey, I just finished making the banner. Nice, can I see it? 1 sec, I'm converting it, okay. Alright, here it is. He shows them the banner. Looks pretty decent. Damn, that's nice. It felt nice making it too, thanks. Cool, why is there a watermark? Can you remove it so I can see it better? It's not hard to see. Once you pay me, I'll remove it. Pay what? LOL. I thought you did this because you're nice. We agreed on the price in advance, and you said it would not be a problem with my dude. Lamau, this doesn't take long to make. It looks great. Please just give it for free. Yeah, I doubt that's happening. I'm charging $5, and you said yes. No way am I giving this away. Dude, you made me wait effing days, 5 days, and now you want you won't give it? Are you serious? See ya. Oh, that son of a beeswax, eh? Looks good though. Not a bad banner. $5. Guy wouldn't even pay him $5. That's so ridiculous. Some people are just ridiculous. Yeah. I bet it happens often. I bet it happens often for sure. This restaurant must have got tired of people acting like fools. To anyone, refund policy. You must please bring original receipt and all item with the same day of transaction for blanked refunds. Thank you. Like how like for them for them to need this sign, okay? For them to need this sign means that they must have had multiple instances of people trying to get a refund on like meals that they had bought and eaten like on different days or at different times, like when they weren't even there. Like, I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting. What are you gonna do? That's choosing beggars for you. They make you alter the rules. Oh, choosing beggars seems to be a little bit of a snorer tonight. Let's check out the new blood. Malicious compliance. Let's see what we got here. What's that first one again? Want proof I was sick? No worries. Alright, let's check that out. Malicious compliance has usually been good. It's a pretty decent subreddit where you see some good stories. So one time, when I was 12, I had a food poisoning, and after eating undercooked chicken, I had to stay off of school. The first day I was at home sick, someone from the school asked for proof that I was sick. My mom was annoyed as they insisted that they needed proof or they have to assume we were lying. Dumb, I know. Anyway, we had an idea. The next day, my mom went into school and literally placed a packet full of my vomit on the desk and said, "Here's proof. My name is sick." When she told me what she did, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, shoot. That's an interesting little funny story. Want proof he's sick? Here's his puke. You want to see it? Biatch! Smell it! Let's check out the next one. That's some good malicious compliance for sure, eh? I definitely have to give that one an upvote. Click on it. Google. Google. Click on it. There we go. No. Oh, at least they had the niceness to actually post the original. Post the original story for us to read. It gives me some time to vape while said stories are loading. Alright, boys and girls. This is going to be part one of the two-part story. The newest part being the one that we just saw. And the story goes, "You know what you're talking about? So you must work here. You're lying, so let my kid have your knives." Interesting. I am a cook by trade, and I've been working in the industry for 10 years now. This happened roughly a year and a half ago, and I would often make grocery runs at a local Whole Foods, which is along my way home. I'm by default a helpful sort of guy, excuse me. I'm often in my black chef's coat with the restaurant logo on the shoulders and a name tag on my right breast, sometimes heavily soiled if work was busy, and carrying my knife roll bag on my shoulder. So if people are looking lost in the aisles and they see me, they often ask me for advice. This is usually people who ask about gluten-free products, antioxidant crap, and whatnot. I'm more than happy to help. I will note that cooking staff here work in white coats rather than black. One day after a hard day of work, I'm at the Whole Foods picking out flour for pancakes for the next day, which would be my day off. Cake flour for the souffle pancakes if you're that interested. An older gentleman asked me if my opinion on spices, which are absurdly expensive in supermarkets, and I advised him to actually go to a wholesale store and get them cheaper in bulk rather than buy tiny little bottles of overpriced spices. We got into a discussion about baking and which flours were best for certain items for several minutes, and he left with a happy man. Insert moment we have all been waiting for. The cast. Entitled mom, which is an entitled mother, fairly nice looking, shitty personality. Entitled kid, 6-year-old kid, would rather not be here and spoiled beyond reason. Me, happy to help, not happy to be screeched at by ungrateful people. M, manager, nice fellow, never saw him again. AM, he's the manager now. Alright. Entitled kid, hey mister, are you a chef? Me, haha, sure I am. Entitled kid, what are you gonna make? Me, big fluffy pancakes tomorrow. Entitled kid, what's that on your back? Me, oh that's my knife set. I carry it with me because they're very expensive and I don't want anyone to take them while I'm not working. Cue his mother, who had apparently been looking for him. She sees me and her eyes instantly light up. Entitled mom, oh excuse me, can you help me? Me, sure, what do you need? Entitled mother, I'm looking for activated almonds. Do you know where I can get them? Me, laughing a little. Yeah, but you should know that activated almonds are literally just almonds sitting overnight in water. It doesn't actually have special properties. Entitled mother, really? That sounds like a scam. Me, oh, it really is. Entitled mother, then do you know where I can find the pickles? The pickles. Me, should be the canned section, and I point towards the aisle. Entitled mother, can you show me? Me, okay, sure. I grab my basket with flour, eggs, and whatnot, and honestly should have clued in entitled mother in. Entitled mother barrages me with questions about various pickles on the shelves, and I help her get the one she needs for her sandwiches. Me, while explaining with different kinds of pickles and what different kinds of pickles were and how to pickle them at home. Excuse me. I set my knife bag against the shelf because my shoulder was aching. Entitled kid, at this point, bored as hell and not interested in the advice being vomited by yours truly, decides to grab my bag in an attempt to expect it. Me, oh, sorry kid, you can't touch that. I grab a hold of my bag. Entitled kid looks shocked that I took it away from him and is making an angry face. Entitled mom, oh, don't worry about him. Entitled kid is a careful boy and he won't break anything. Me, that may well be true, ma'am, but I'm not risking a child cutting themselves on my knives. Entitled mom, don't be selfish. You should be glad my son is taking an interest in your profession. Me, that's great and all, but you should teach your child not to grab strangers' things, especially if it's full of potentially dangerous tools. Entitled mom, don't tell me how I should raise my child. Apologize now. Gotta love, that's the classic entitled mom, every time. Me, I'm not going to apologize for stopping your kid from grabbing my bag of knives. Me, entitled kid, I want to see him. Entitled mom, oh come on, can't you let him see your knives? Me, I'm sorry ma'am, these are my personal tools and taking them out in public setting would be dangerous and unprofessional. Entitled mom, I'll buy it off you. Me, what? Entitled mom, here, this should be enough. Pulls out $50. Me, lady, the chef knife alone cost me well over $250. Never mind the bag itself. It is at least 50. Sorry, the bag itself. It is at least 50. Oh, just the bag he's saying. Entitled mom, you're lying. Me, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. Good day, ma'am. At this point, I'm done with entitled mother, but she isn't letting go. Literally, she grabs a hold of my knife bag and demands that I sell it to her. Entitled mom, you don't deserve these. Hand them over or I'll call your manager. Me, at this time I believe she was talking about my actual manager at the establishment I worked at. Go ahead, now let go. Entitled mom makes incoherent screeching noises as I tear my knife bag out of her claws and walk away. About 5 minutes later, I am accosted again by the entitled mom who has gotten herself a resigned-looking manager. Being the sort of regular at the Whole Foods, people know me by my appearance and the manager sees me and looks surprised. Entitled mom, there he is. I want that man fired and arrested. Me, arrested for what? Entitled mom tells the manager some BS about me selling knives to her before running off with a strangely vague amount of money. Me, lady, I said I'm not going to sell these knives to you, and I don't even work here. Entitled mom looks at the manager. Manager, he's right. He doesn't work here. He works at the restaurant, points at my shoulder. Entitled mom makes incoherent confusion noises. Something like that, maybe? I don't know. Put that on a loop. Manager. Also, I've got someone to watch the security camera, and in comes assistant manager. Assistant manager. Hey, I've looked over the tapes and you're lying, he points at me. Was helping you before your kid grabbed his stuff. He warned him off and then you offered him money, but he declined. Looks at entitled mom with a raised eyebrow. Ma'am, are we going to have a problem here? Entitled mom makes a noise reminiscent of a strangled cat and apologetically shuffles away. So along that lines, maybe? I don't know. And that's that. I paid for my stuff, went home, made the fluffiest, softest pancakes known to man the very next day. Then I got a text from my actual manager who was asking about a woman complaining about me specifically and writing bad reviews. Needless to say that it was the last we heard of that woman. For the next few weeks anyways. But that's a different story entirely. Sort of. So that was the story number 1. So I guess now we're going to get to see story number 2. Interesting. Wow, I completely forgot that was part 1 of the 2-part story too. That was a good story. Let's see if we can see what this part 2 goes for here. But before we do, vape break. Oh yes, salty patchy, so delicious. Not very nutritious, but that's okay. All right. Are we ready for the continuation of the epic saga of this crazy lady from Whole Foods? Entitled mom wants her steak extra well done. Fine. Context. I was a full-time cook at a restaurant at a hotel and had encountered an entitled mother at a supermarket who was determined to buy my knife set and the bag that it was in for a measly $50. I declined and she complained to the management and then complained to my actual manager. I'd forgot about all that for her. Let's try that again. I'd forget all about her for the next few months. Hey, sentences. Wow. But when her family came by for dinner, apparently she didn't forget me. Or at least the restaurant I worked at. It wasn't particularly busy, but we did have a few reserved tables later in the evening. At this time, I was just a line cook. It pays alright, decent hours, and the hours were pretty flexible. The special we had there was classic steak with potatoes. When asked for how she'd like the steak, entitled mom asked for well done. Now, for all of those who are unfamiliar with steaks, cooking it well done without some very special preparations almost always results in an overcooked, dried out steak with no flavor left in it. Well done does not taste good most of the time. Orders come in and apparently the entire table ordered the steak special. We took special care of the well done steak, which I say most of the time, a well done steak comes out dried and overcooked. This isn't necessarily true. With preparation, you can get a fairly juicy and delicious well done steak. Steaks went out with fondant potatoes, parboiled peeled potatoes cut into thick scallops, pan fried and basted in tallow and butter, then baked with a beef stock and fried shaved shallots. Man, that's making me hungry. Damn you! Reddit, no! The line prepares for the next set of orders and we're off. About 5 minutes later, a waitress comes back with the well done steak. The complaint the steak was not well done enough. Cue confusion. A well done steak is a steak that has been absolutely no red or pink at all. We examined the steak and it was cooked all the way through. Chef goes to talk to the lady. He comes back looking disgruntled and tells me to cook her a new steak, but extra well done. Well, okay. So Pepper cooked the crap out of it, out of a perfectly good top sirloin. Plate and send out. You can guess EM did not like that. Then shouting that proceeds follows the cast. Here we go. Entitled Mom, the lady who wants her steak extra done. AH, annoyed and unfortunate man who is married to said woman. So annoying husband. Annoying kids ranging from older teen to young adult, a brother and a sister respectively. AM, annoyed manager who has to deal with her. Chef, my old boss, bless his soul. Me, I come in much later. Ghost Pixel, good to see you, man. Good to see you. How you doing, my friend? AK comes. All right. AK's annoying kid. Come on, Mom. Entitled Mom. What is this crap? This tastes horrible. Assistant Manager. Ma'am, you asked for the steak well done. Entitled Mom. This is so dry, I can't possibly eat this. Entitled Kid. Mom, you're embarrassing us. Entitled Mom. I demand to speak to your chef. Ask him to make me a steak, but if he can't even cook one properly, then you should have him fired. Assistant Manager. Ma'am, with respect, we are not responsible for steaks ordered well done. Entitled Mother. What does that mean? Enter Chef, Big Boss, God Almighty in our kitchen, Lord and Savior, whose right hand holds a frying pan and in the other a big old chef knife. Chef. It means that we will cook the food how you wish, but we are not responsible for how it will taste. A well-done steak at the best of times is a tricky thing to do, but I think we delivered on that. Entitled Mom. This is not a chef, but an extra well-done steak is going to, frankly speaking, taste terrible. At this point, the kitchen staff, having all come out to watch, a dozen other diners are watching the commotion play out, and EM sees me. She doesn't recognize me for a second, but when she does, EM turns red and starts pointing at me. EM. You were responsible for this crap. First you embarrass me and now you try to poison me with this terrible food. Me. Makes confused noises. Huh? Huh? Oh? EM. I want him fired. Me. Still shocked and confused. Huh? Huh? AM. Ma'am, you're causing a scene. If you can't control yourself, I will have to have your family removed from the premises. Annoyed husband to Entitled Mom. That's enough. He gives Entitled Mom a look and she purses her lips and shuts up. Sorry about that. Maybe steaks are just not for Entitled Mom. Do you have anything that will come out quick so she can eat with us? Manager proceeds to get Entitled Mom something more to her taste. In this case, roast chicken. Show's over, back to work. Chef pulls me aside for a moment and asks me if I know Entitled Mom. I tell him I don't. Entitled Mom doesn't so much as make a single complaint until near the very end, when her family leaves and her husband pays the bill. She takes the tip. Joke's on her. Her husband gave the waitress a big tip when she wasn't looking. Nice. Good. At least the husband was a good guy, right? It wasn't until the manager reminds me about the bad review that I remember her. We have had a good laugh about it, and then probably forget about all about her until recently, when I saw her at the park earlier this week. Nothing came of that except I know that she had grandkids now and looked pretty mellow. Still not gonna risk it. That's crazy. Oh man. Well, what can you do, right? That is the life sometimes, you know, especially in the restaurant industry. It gets crazy, but like the Whole Foods incident's like insane, you know, that someone will go that far to, you know, assume that they have rights over someone else's stuff. It's not your stuff. I'm telling you, just don't touch your stuff that's not yours. It's very easy. Very easy. But what are you gonna do? What you gonna do when you live in a shoe? You grab a bottle and get laced. See what's this other, see if we got any other good ones here. I should give that a thumb up though, because that was a decent story. I work in IT at a food processing plant. I have a story. Interesting. It's from that guy as well. That guys are always good guys. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this is my first time posting on this subreddit, but the job that I work at, is always has people flex the rules a little to meet the quota. I work as an IT technician at the food processing plant, mainly chicken. My day-to-day routines have always been stretched from normal IT tasks such as assisting the end users with various issues that can normally fix themselves, but whenever it is what I get paid for. Configuring new ports and or old ports for new cables being ran to the more production-related tasks such as labeling printers not printing, mainly due to the fact that the new hire running the line and their supervisor don't know jack squat or never bothered to show them. I had to fix it I had to fix it as far as the scale not generating either any weight or the correct weight. So basically everything was going wrong in the plant. It's going to be a somewhat lengthy story because I want to give as much detail as I can, but here goes. One day I was in my office and got called over to the radio. The company I work for has a really great habit of jabbering over the radio. At the time we only have one repeater working. I get a call to investigate. When I get there, I was told that for some reason the weight wasn't showing at the workstation in order to print a label. After some investigating, checking the serial cable, making sure the COM ports are active, and using hyperterminal, I found out that the scale was working, but the weight was not being read correctly at all and needed to be recalibrated. I took a picture of the scale too for documentation. I told one of the supervisors this and I was told, but you're IT, you could calibrate it too, can't you? To which I said, technically I could, but it wouldn't be certified for use. Now, some of you are probably wondering, if you're IT, couldn't you calibrate it and technically you'd be right, but I can't, and I'll explain why. You see, when working with food, you have to use the scale that has been certified by someone who has been receiving training by the state. Once the scale has been calibrated, that someone will certify it by placing a sticker on top of the scale head sign, date the sticker to show that it's certified for use. USDA and the QA department will be checking for those stickers, and if they find some running product that doesn't have a sticker, well, it's bad times. Keep this in mind as I dig further into the story. So this is, you can't just, wing a dinger one here, proper protocols, So the supervisor, he didn't like that answer, and all that well, he gave me a direct order to get the scale operational. Keep in mind also that I don't report to anyone who works on the production floor. I have a boss and he ain't it. However, though, since he wanted to go that route, a thought popped up into my head. The convo basically went like this. Me, sir, I can get the scale calibrated, but if you still need to get someone to certify the scale before using it. Soup, I don't care. We got product to move, and if you can calibrate it, then calibrate it. Me, now understand, sir, that if you do this, I cannot be held liable for what you're about to do. Soup, you just get the scale working, I'll worry about the rest. So I did. And it wasn't hard, to be honest. I got the scale working. This guy nearly shoved me out of the way to get someone else to run the line. Didn't bother getting a guy to certify the scale. Instead, he tried to peel off sticker from a scale not being used and slapped it onto the scale. This was too good to pass up. So I decided to take a picture of it as well, since everyone knows that I use my phone regardless, and thought nothing of it. After some time passed, I left and went back to my office. I decided to get some other tasks done. When I got a call from the QA department, I remember how this one went, so buckle up. Me, hello, IT department, how can I help you? QA, hey, this is that guy, OP. We're just going to call him that. This is OP. Me. Is this OP? Me, yes, how can I help you? QA, yes, I was told by the USDA that there was a scale that did not have the current certification sticker on it, yet are still running product. Were you aware of this? Me, Yes, I was aware, and I had advised the supervisor in that area that if I calibrated it, he still would need to get that scale certified. QA. Well, the supervisor told me that you just went ahead and did it, stood there for a little while, and just left. Me. Ma'am, I can assure you that I wasn't the one at fault here. I have photos that can prove my case. QA. Well, go ahead and send them. And I did. I sent the photo of the scale with the original sticker, as well as the sticker that was placed while the supervisor was placing it onto the scale head. After seeing the photos, the QA manager apologized for the false accusations and spoke no further about it, and hung up. Apparently, the QA and USDA had to shut down that particular line because since the scale wasn't still certified, they cannot run product regardless of how backed up they are and how they are trying to meet quota. You can't cut corners when it comes to food, people. It's just not good business. It's true. Needless to say, the supervisor was released from duty, as management can see he was not fit to handle his job well. Moral of the story here is that rules and standards in the food industry are there to keep things stable. You mess that up and you mess up everything around you. Hope you all enjoyed this and read and have a nice day. And some edits about how he loves his success. Good for him. I'm giving it a thumbs up. Pretty decent story. It's true though. You don't mess around with food, boys and girls. You just don't do it. It's never advisable. Never advisable. But yeah, I think that was we'll call her there. I think that was a good stream. I enjoyed and had a good time. Got some good Reddits out there as well. And as you can tell, I'm starting to fade into that lonely night of tiredness, the one that makes you want to sleep on pillows of dreams of the future, a future of fun and goodness. But yeah, until the next one, we will catch you boys and girls on the flip side. If you want to come by for tomorrow's lunch stream, you're always more than welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stories, had some fun. If you want more content like this, leave a comment, let me know. The more people who are interested in Reddit, the more Reddit we will do. So, let me know. This is your pal Drewski. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace, my friends.